at times it gets really ugly. You already know what to do when we get nothing to lose. What we're not changing, we choose. Fighting for whatever cause. If the lights dying, don't you ever cease to reflect. Stuck inside my never-ending thoughts.
I'm going to stop it there. Just enjoying the song a bit much.
Sound check.
Well, g'day there. Welcome back to another vocal analysis here at Voice Essentials. My name is Dr. Dan. Today we are looking at another, well, actually it's not another, it's an SB19 piece, Time. We've already looked at this where in the one take or the single take version that's the Sony backed recording thing. You can go and check that out in your own time. That was not an intended pun. But we are today, one of you, in fact, I think a few of you asked in that video for me to review the Wish Bus version of the same song. And so I'm doing that today for you. Interestingly, and this is actually the first time I've ever done it, I'm actually going to do a comparative analysis. The reason I'm going to do that, and in fact it's something I've been exploring with doing it when we have a live recording of a concert, for example, and then comparing that to fan videos of people who have got the recordings on their phone and comparing the production values and pitch analysis. Anyway, I've got some of those coming up. But today, the reason I'm doing it is because when I listened to the new one we're reviewing today, the Wish Bus version, I thought, gee, that sounds exactly like the recording that the original one that I heard and reviewed, and I thought, it can't be. Spoiler alert, it isn't. But there are some things going on that make it like crazily similar. And I'll show you that as we get into it. Because I've been doing this in-depth analysis of it, can I just say I actually really like this song. I love the energy that these guys bring to this piece. There is so much. And it's one of the things I love about SB19 is the intensity, the emotional intent of their performance. Let's dive in, and we'll get to the comparative analysis a little bit later, but here we go.
Rotted in bed, numb and upset, the hands on a clock are moving along and feels like I'm dead, but I'm here instead. Please make it stop, I'm always wrong and stuck inside my never-ending thoughts.
Wish 1075.
I'm trying hard cause I know what it costs. Cause one day we'll run out of time, memories will leave them behind. Many things we can control. I hope you know it's better to try. Cause one day we'll run out of. All of these are natural, no one's really in control, but we live a little cause we know when we vanish we don't really go. So I try to run an extra mile, hoping for a sign. If there isn't one, then I'm leaving mine. Everyone goes behind, seeking you won't find. There's no reason not to try. Watching everything from the backseat's beautiful, but at times it gets really ugly. You already know what to do when we get nothing to lose. What we're not changing, we choose. Fighting for whatever cause. If the lights dying, don't you ever cease to reflect. Stuck inside my never-ending thoughts.
I'm going to stop it there. Just enjoying the song a bit much. I love and I've spoken to this before, I just love the way this group vocally has been put together. There is so much contrast between each voice that it just creates these tonal layers that my ear is just never left to be bored. And as we've watched these gentlemen evolve together over time, I think we're seeing those distinct characteristics really develop. It's a bit like, if you watch the first pilot of a long-running sitcom, say, for example, Seinfeld, you can see back then, if you compare it to where, you get later into later seasons 5 and 6, how the characters have developed. I think we see that here with SB19. The longer they're singing together, spending time together, and performing together, we're seeing those vocal characteristics really develop and form. I think it's fabulous. Let's have a look at this pitch accuracy that I was talking about. I'm just going to show you. So this is actually both isolated vocals from the performance we looked back at in the first instance, and the vocals that we looked at, we're looking at today. Have a listen to them. I've overlaid them. You're going to hear them together. Have a listen to this.
Rotted in bed, numb and upset. The hands on a clock are moving along and feels like I'm dead, but I'm here instead. Please make it stop. I'm always wrong and stuck inside my never-ending thoughts.
Wish.
When I first looked at this, I was like, oh no, it is the same. They're miming. And I was like, I don't know how I will be able to tell all of the SB19 fans that they haven't. We can all breathe a sigh of relief. This has not been mimed. Neither was the first one. But what we do see is the evidence of a lot of post work on both. So what we've got here, the bottom, well, the top one, the orange one, I should say, is, let's zoom in. This orange one is what we're listening to today.
Rotted in bed, numb and upset. The hands on a clock are moving along.
Okay, so in this one we can see the evidence of it's been tuned. It's also been sort of heavily clipped. The evidence of the clipping, what I mean, no, not clipping, phrase clipping, not clipping as in audio levels, but we sort of see the evidence of that in this.
Rotted in bed, numb and upset. The hands on a clock are moving along and
so we, like the reason why it sounds like we're here listening to exactly like it almost the same recording is because the editing, the post-edit work is applying the same ideals. It does leave me wondering whether they are using the same engineer. They're getting the same engineer to do the work on, that has done the work on both because they are so similar. We'll come back to this because I think there's even more interesting things to observe. But isn't that, like, look at how exact those are. If I, again, bring them down over each other, it's almost, if you have a look at this area here, it's almost like where did the other one go? Like it's that exact. Crazy. And I can hear some of you going, yeah, but the boys are just that good. The boys are good. The gentlemen are good. That's not in question here. But they are still human. They're not robots. And this level of accuracy, I'm not suggesting it's robotic, but it has certainly been, worked on in post to make it this accurate for both performances.
Stuck inside my never-ending thoughts. I'm trying hard 'cause I know what it costs. 'Cause one day we'll run out of.
I want to look at, you know how I've mentioned many times how much I love Pablo's voice.
I'm trying hard 'cause I know what it costs. 'Cause one day we'll run out of time, memories will leave them.
See this, see how, you know, he's got this really strong area here in his harmonics. And I think perhaps for my ear, that's what jumps out at me. We've got a really strong fundamental, a second harmonic, but have a look at how strong this area is up here. We're getting that nice dark blue area. That upper area is giving us that really strong clarity of tone.
Time, memories will leave them behind. Many things we can control. I hope you know it's better to try.
Yeah, just that really full harmonic right across. And you can see right up into that area, all the way up into the 7,000, 9,000 hertz. We're getting these lovely overtones. And it just gives us that really lovely coloring. The other gentlemen are the same. We'll come back to the resonance analysis in a moment with another voice.
Time, memories will leave them behind. Many things we can control. I hope you know it's better to try. 'Cause one day we'll run out of time. Memories will leave them behind. Darling, when push comes to shove. Hi, darling, when push comes to shove. Your best is enough. It won't hurt to try.
So here, with this, we're seeing not such a strength around the 3K. And this is what this is in part, this is very vocal nerdy, but this is in part what drives difference in voice. There's a different signature in the harmonic layering. And in fact, even here on this second harmonic, look at how strong that is, yeah, compared to we had some strength up in the 3 before with Pablo. Now down here, we're getting like the strength is coming through in more of a belt-like tune, a sound, as opposed to the twanginess of Pablo.
Your best is enough. It won't hurt to try. 'Cause one day we'll run out of time and time again. It rings the things I don't understand. I'm drenched all over, still I under all I can. And I'm well aware there's no reset.
Let's come back to the comparative analysis. So have a look. I mean, even just there. So look at that. It's one and the same. It's not the same, but
Said I'm drenched all over, still I under all I can. And I'm well aware there's no reset in this world, so I'll never ever walk away with souls left unturned.
it's so similar that I had to really, I did have to go in and make sure it wasn't the same. It's not, but gee, it's been edited to be bang on for both. And it shows the amount of spit and polish that's being put into these performances after the fact, which is completely appropriate.
I'm well aware there's no reset in this world, so I'll never ever walk away with souls left unturned. But if I'm living anyway, I'm spending every day scattering stars in the night sky, hoping it'll lead away for better days. Savor every moment with me while we're here, 'cause I don't want it.
Isn't that one interesting? Like, look at how similar that is. Now, it's not the same, but it's been tuned, like heavily tuned, and we're getting the results of that to the point where almost the vibrato is exactly the same. And again, some of you go, yeah, but they're that good. Yeah, they're good, but they're human. No human being can replicate a self, even one take immediately after the other, let alone months, separating two different performances on completely different days where the human is, experiencing different physicalities, different sleep patterns, a whole range of different scenarios for the biology of the singer. It's just not possible. This has been worked on in post to give us this end.
In this world, so never ever walk away with souls left untied. 'Cause if I'm living anywhere, I'm spending every day scattering stars in the night sky, hoping it'll lead away for better days. Savor every moment with me while we're here, 'cause I don't want
Memories will leave them behind.
I've spoken to the difference in the choice of mics between the singers before, and here they're doing exactly the same thing. The fact that, 3 of them are on SM58s, like standard 58s, and then the other 2 are on broadcast recording mics. It's a really interesting. I would love to learn more from the engineer's point of view as to why they've done that. There's got to be a reason, because we've seen them do exactly the same thing on the Wish Bus before. It's just an interesting side note.
Many things we can't control. I hope you know it's better that you're right. 'Cause one day we'll run out.
I, for the first time, just heard. I'm going to listen back to that. I wonder whether I can hear some bleed vocal from a in the track. Have a listen.
Behind many things we can't control. I hope you know it's better that you're right.
Can you hear that? I'm going to play it once more.
Many things we can't control. I hope you know it's better that you're right. 'Cause one day we'll run out.
That's the first time I've heard that. I don't think the other lads are singing. Certainly none of them seem to be in a position of singing. Where are we? 3:05. I am hearing that on the fly, peeps. So I'm interested to have a look at what is going on there. I'm going to turn this one off and this one on.
I hope you know it's better that you're right. 'Cause one day
Hear that?
we'll find you right. 'Cause one
There's a second vocal sitting underneath that. I wonder what's going on there. I honestly don't know. Let's make sure I'm not making mistakes.
I hope you know it's better that you're right. 'Cause one day
Yeah. Fascinating. This is with both of them on. Oops.
hope you know it's better to try. 'Cause one day you know it's better to try. 'Cause one better to try. 'Cause I hope you know it's better to try. 'Cause one day
Leave your comments below. Tell me what you think might be going on there. I'm literally thinking this on the fly. I did all my prep work thinking that we were definitely not hearing. There's definitely a second vocal sitting in the track underneath the recorded vocal, 100%. But what that tells us, I'm not sure. Comments below, everyone. Comments below to help me sleuth this out as to what that might signal. I don't think it signals anything untowards. I think it's just fascinating to hear that. Here's the original.
Leave them behind. Many things we can't control.
You can hear it just there as well.
I hope you know it's better that you're right. 'Cause one day we'll run out of time. Memories will leave them behind. Many things we can't control. I hope you know it's better to try. 'Cause one day we'll run out of time. Memories will leave them behind. When push comes to shove, your best is enough. It won't hurt to try. Just one day we'll run out of.
Wish exclusive on Wish 1075.
Hi, Wishers VR. SB19.
I wonder. Sorry to turn the gentleman off there, because there's also it's very rare. In fact, I don't think I can recall another time that I've heard them bring in like an audio from audience in the Wish Bus, because it's in a soundproof space that doesn't bring in any outside noise. Let's just go along here.
We'll leave them behind. Many things we can't control. I hope you know it's better to try. 'Cause one day we'll run out of time. Memories will leave them behind. Darling, when push comes to shove, your best is enough. It won't hurt to try. Just one day we'll run out of.
Wish exclusive on Wish 1075.
Interesting. It's nothing other than interesting. What I think our comparative analysis does, and forgive me if it came across as a bit clunky, it's the first time I've ever used the software in this way, so I will get better as I do it more often. But the point I'm trying to draw our eye to is just how much post-edit work has been done on these tracks, which is genre applicable, it's normal in the genre of pop sort of rock ballad. And but you know, again, these gentlemen, they're great, but they're human, and so there are inaccuracies in what they would normally do. And in fact, if you want to see that displayed, jump in and have a look at my recent. In fact, it would have gone live last week, of Morissette doing Golden from the Demon Hunters. She has recorded herself completely without any tuning, and it's wonderful to hear a vocalist as amazing as Morissette in the raw, as in no tuning whatsoever, and it's wonderfully inaccurate, it's wonderfully imperfect, it's human. We would hear the same thing if we heard these gentlemen completely no post-edit. That all being said, I love hearing Morissette, with all of the bells and whistles and the post-edit work, post-production, and I love this song by these gentlemen. But yeah, really interesting to make those comparisons. I hope you've enjoyed today's hangout. As I said, first time I've ever done the comparative thing. I hope it's helpful, and I'm gonna do a few more of these and see if I can get a little bit more fluency in how I present it. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well.